Hey everybody, not here to stay long. I just want to drop something on you all, give you some homework. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay long. I just want to give y'all some homework, give you some homework on this indigenous foolishness. Wait till this garbage truck leave. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Edwards Michael 3447, and subscribe to RBG Hebrew 2 and RBG Hebrew 4 Live. What's happening, Richard? Peace to you, family. Peace. Waiting for this garbage truck to move so I can give y'all this information, man. Like, share, and subscribe, family. Like, share, and subscribe. And shout out to Math Hoffer, man, from the rap battle scene. Shout out to Math Hoffer. A man with the best right hook in the battle scene business. Yeah, Math, you got a deadly right hook, G. Mm-hmm. Deadly right hook. But here it is. I wanted to give you guys some information that you probably have not heard anybody talk about, and these Aboriginal folk, they ain't saying a word about it because I'm pretty sure they don't. Come on, garbage truck, goddamn, get the fuck on. You feel me? Get the hell out of here. I remember back when we was kids, man. And they do this in every ghetto. The garbage trucks, they get out up to the corner after they get everybody trash and let the garbage truck juice out on the goddamn corner where the kids stand up waiting for their buses and shit. They used to do that in our neighborhood. They only do that in black neighborhoods. Let the fucking garbage truck juice out on the corner. But anyway, here we go. Since the truck is gone, so we'll just give y'all this information. Now, again, I'm giving you all this information because myself, I'm not with the Aboriginal nation foolery. But if y'all gonna be Aboriginal, you need to know some specific things so that your story won't be so broken, won't be so foolish, won't be so pseudo. Okay? One more time. I'm not with the Aboriginal foolishness, but some of y'all are. And I refuse to let some of my black people just walk around looking and sounding like fools. So I'm going to give you this information, and I'm going to show you a couple of anomalies that will definitely spark your interest into going deeper into information beyond Google, family. What's happening, Gorilla? What's happening? Yes, sir. So I put up on the thumbnail that picture there, and that picture is a depiction of an Olmec head, the Olmec heads that are down in Mexico. This garbage truck acting a fool today. Garbage truck man might be one of these Aboriginal people mad. Didn't nobody ain't teach him what I'm about to teach y'all. But anyway, that Olmec head, that's a replica. The one that's in Ethiopia, that's a replica. I want you to know that. The Mexican government donated that Olmec head to the Ethiopian government, I believe 4 or 5 years ago or so. And even poor Sarah Sutton so pseudo, didn't even know or didn't ask nobody or check into that to find out that that was a replica. It wasn't an actual Olmec head, not the real thing. It looked real. I believe it was even made out of basalt. But that particular one that they gave to Ethiopia is without a doubt a replica. What's happening, Elder Rashan? How you doing, brother? Man, good to see you in here, Elder Rashan. My homeboy for real, Elder Rashawn's from Louisiana, y'all. And so am I. Peace and black power to you. Health, life, light, and peace. Peace to you, Elder. For real. Yeah. But the Olmec and this Aboriginal thing. Now, I told the brother, like I said just now, I want you guys to research what I'm about to tell you. The political and social connection between Ethiopia and Mexico. I want you to study the bilateral peace treaty that Mexico made with Ethiopia. I want you to study when that bilateral peace treaty was started and what came about through it. I want you to know that Mexico has always been a supporter of the independence of Ethiopia. Isn't that amazing? How many other so-called nations that were taken advantage of by the Spanish Inquisition sought to pick out at least just one black African nation and support? I told you guys, the book of Deuteronomy said there's been no nation that has put themselves out to come and save you, just like the Bible said. There will be no one to redeem you other than Christ's family. I'm asking you, for the rest of you people that are not Ethiopian, when has any other nation come by nation to sacrifice themselves for you? Only Mexico and Ethiopia as relates to really Pan-Africanism. And isn't that amazing that Mexico, the Mexican government, are Pan-Africanists? Oh, I said, I'm going to say that shit again. I said there is a bilateral peace treaty between Mexico and Ethiopia. Very uncommon. Mexico's over here by California. Ethiopia is over there, northeast of Sudan, in Africa. I'm telling you, there is a connection, not just the Olmec heads. The Olmec head that they got in Ethiopia was given to them as a replica, as a gift from Mexico. That's very, very, very interesting in and of itself. But the greater fact is that Mexico and Ethiopia have a bilateral peace treaty. And the fact that Mexico has been supporting the independent state of Ethiopia. One more time, Mexico has been supporting the independence of Ethiopia. One more goddamn time, family. Mexico has been supporting the independence of Ethiopia. And Sarah Sudi, like I said, that brother so ignorant and so happy to get some information, he'll jump out and won't vet it. He got a video. I got a video of him in Ethiopia. And it's crazy that the brother's in Ethiopia at Lalibela. Do y'all know what Lalibela is? It's the oldest Christian church in North Africa. Ethiopia. Said he's there. Few years later today, this Negro hates everything that is God, everything that has anything to do with the church. But in Ethiopia, you went there and they showed you Lalibela. That's a church. One more time. That's a church, family. That's a very, very beautiful and old church indeed, cut out of nothing but rock. Real talk, Richard. When from the top down, it looked like somebody cut out the shape of not a true cross, but like the first aid symbol. It looked like they cut that straight out of the ground, out of the rock in the ground. And when you come down into the actual quarter area and the prayer area and the court area of that church, you'll see that it's dug deeply into the ground. That ground held the rock that was the church, and they shaped and cut and molded that church out of straight up Ethiopian rock. Lalibela. Seti, why do you hate God so much, baby? And the biggest attraction in Ethiopia, one of them is Lalabella. The other newer attraction is that head, that replica Olmec head that the Mexican government gave Ethiopia. Why? Because again, one more time, of the bilateral peace treaty between Mexico and Ethiopia. I know none of these Aboriginal Negroes told you that. Come on, be honest. All y'all in the chat. How many of y'all that are Aboriginal, how many of your gurus told you that Mexico and Ethiopia had a bilateral peace treaty and that Mexico has always supported the independence of Ethiopia? And how many of you know that Mexico were real Pan-Africanists? That's Pan-Africanism. You show support for an African nation and its independence. Now tell me, if the Mexican government can be Pan-Africanist, why can't you, black man? If the Mexican government sees the richness and the primeness in Ethiopia and they choose to support that based upon Mexico's actual original history, why is it now that you're analogous to only Mexico and not Africa or specifically Ethiopia? I say it one more time. Mexico has a bilateral peace treaty to support Ethiopia. And they have always supported the independent state of Ethiopia. Why is that? Why did they give them that replica Olmec head? What is the connection beyond politics? I beg you to ask your Aboriginal teachers this and see what they know about it. And don't ask them when they can Google it and shit. Because if they want you to be Aboriginal and they can't tell you this stuff that I'm telling you straight out the dome, straight at just on the fly, ask them. So what does Ethiopia have to do with Eritrea? Ethiopia had to do with Mexico. Ask them, is Mexico Pan-Africanist? Ask them, why did they give Ethiopia that replica Olmec head? Ask them, do Mexico support the independence of a free Ethiopia? I guarantee you none of those Aboriginal teachers have mentioned it, have thought about it, have studied it, and definitely ain't told you about it. But I'm telling you right now, when you find out the connection, backpack, what's happening? When you find out what the connection is between Mexico and Ethiopia, you'll stop calling your goddamn self Aboriginal. You'll go back to calling yourself what I told you were, Prime, prime. If what you say to this to be accurate, then they won't have a problem turning Beja and Baja. They better get with Beja and Bantu cultures and the linguistics and all of that. They better. Because most of these Aboriginal Negroes don't study real Africa. If they're not talking Beja, if they're not talking Bantu, and about 7 other cultures that come out of that particular thought and spirituality and sociality and even linguistic systems, if they're not talking Bantu and Beja, they're not talking about any goddamn thing. Family. Ask all of these Aboriginal Negroes, what is the connection between Mexico and Ethiopia? Tell them, why is there support from this one country, Mexico, supporting Ethiopia, and we Africans don't want to support Ethiopia? We Negroes in America don't want to support Ethiopia. Baja, Beja, California territory. Man, listen to me. When it has to do with the golden thread, when it has to do with actual real talk, when it comes to anthropology, brother, most of our people have no goddamn clue. Not even anthropology as relates to ourselves, not even other cultures. Physical and cultural anthropology. Most of these cats that out here teaching you Aboriginal have no clue about it. They don't study it. Hey, Basim Shalom. Man, like, share, and subscribe. But I just came to hit y'all with this message. We'll come back with it. I'm gonna come back with it. I just wanted to come and give this to the people. And also here, this, watch this. I'm gonna show you a crazy, crazy, crazy anomaly that comes when you have uncommon knowledge. Watch this. I told the people the other day a name of this country that not only Mohawk Indians but a lot of other tribal Indians called this place. I had a brother come tell me I couldn't find that word, and I told the brother, I said it's not common knowledge, and you're not going to find it on Google, not like that. Why? Talking about it, and Google won't even tell you what it is. But watch this. If you Google this word, AOWAROWKAKEYNOTTE, Anawarkawakenote, it will yield for you something called what? Turtle Island. I'm going to say that shit one more time. I gave these guys the name Anawarkawakenote, which none of these Aboriginal nutbag ass niggas are speaking about. I said to the brother that said he couldn't find the word, I said, don't kill yourself with this information. You're not going to be able to find it unless you talk to a actual Mohawk Indian or someone that has a larger tribal banner. I said, Anawarkawakenote. When you Google that word, Anawarkawakenote will not come up. What will come up? One more time. Turtle Island. What's Turtle Island? This is your homework. All of you Aboriginal Negroes, you don't know that Mexico is Pan-Africanist, and Mexico has always supported Ethiopia, a free, independent Ethiopia. They have a bilateral peace treaty between Mexico and Ethiopia. That's Pan-Africanism. I told you the first Mexicans were black. I told you the Olmec, the Maya, the Inca, and even the Mohawk were black before the Spanish Inquisition. I told you even if you want to be a Native American, you can't be respected and claim a Native American status unless you can prove not that you were original Native American black, but that you were the part of the Native American story that was raped by the Spanish Inquisition. Ain't that a bitch? You can't even be a Native American respected tribally unless you got some white in you. Ain't that a bitch? Should that be? No. But y'all from Mexico, the Aboriginals, not studying the Spanish Inquisition, not studying the fact that you were goddamn Africans when you got here, and you've been here a long time before the Spanish Inquisition. What did the Spanish Inquisition do to you in Mexico and do to even the Moorish philosophers that were there? It turned your ass white, family. Excuse me. It straightened out your hair. It also gave you syphilis and rats and all kind of other shit, and the thought that robbery of small cultures is okay. That's what they did to Montezuma. They robbed Mexico blind, even stole all of the gold that the people hid in the rivers and shit. So you're Aboriginal, but you're only connecting yourself to post-Spanish Inquisition Native America. That's proving you're a white man. If you don't go before, and like I said, the Native Americans don't honor you unless you can prove that you're a white Native American affected after the Spanish Inquisition. You have to be one of those tribal groups. Go ask. All you Negroes just saying you're Indians, walk on the Native American reservation and tell them that. They're gonna tell you, give us a list of your family and how far back does it go. If you tell them your family connection goes back before the Spanish Inquisition, you will not qualify as a person to be a land or even a financial appeal they will give you. They will not give you a nickel. If you go prove you're a black Indian, go prove the Mohawks were black. Go prove the Maya and Inca were black. Go prove the Olmec were black. They're going to kick you off the goddamn reservation. That should not be. I said the Mexicans, not the Native Americans, which are really the same goddamn people post-Spanish Inquisition, but I'm saying to you, the Mexicans have a Pan-Africanist type peace treaty with Ethiopia. We are Pacific Rim people. Brother says, well, try and get some of the casinos and profits from them. Exactly, Basel. Go and ask them for your cut of the casino money. They're going to tell you, get your motherfucking ass out of here before we chop your goddamn head, we cut your head. Black people, stop calling yourself Native Americans. I told the sister that the other day. I said, stop calling yourself that. I told you that for a reason, man. Not because I hate Native Americans. Come on. No. I know who they really are. Pre-Spanish Inquisition. I'm just simply saying to you, stop calling yourself that and identify with yourself as black or even African or even in many of the thousands of subcultures that come out of Africa. One of them, Hebrew Israelite. The brother above talked about Beja and Bantu. Come on. You're not Mexican, black people. You're not fucking Mexicans. Excuse me. I am proposed that the USA and Mexico governments turn over the Baja, California to us for our own nation. They will never do that. They'll never do that. You know why? Because you're not mixed enough with white people. I told you that's why they gave the Native Americans that. White people are sick as a motherfucker as relates to laws. The only reason the Native Americans got money and land is because of the Spanish Inquisition, not because of the white people coming landing on these shores and taking their wealth and their children and their women and their health. No. White people are wicked and crazy and backwards. They will never give you California. Not you black people. Here's another reason why. Because most of us black folk, after we was freed, we chose to stay here and make babies, not only with each other, but make a baby with the white man. Make baby cultures with the white man. So why would they give us reparations, family? Why would they give us land settlements? And we chose to stay here after we were freed as slaves. You see that? That's why the Chinese people get money to come here. That's why the Native Americans get land. That's why even the people in Alaska get paid to live up in that cold ass, dead ass place. Because they all white. Because they're all white and they didn't make the bad decision that you made as a people. Go with me that says you should just got an email. Keep teaching, my friend. You've been putting in work for years now, man. Boss, I love you, man. I appreciate you and I respect you. For real, for real. I'm talking about for real, for real. You've been here just as long as I've been, family, and you've been producing great works in the community. Bringing out great teachers. Bringing out thoughts like this that people need to be concerned about. All the brothers you bring on your platform, they ain't no yes man. They ain't no go along to get along. Those are real brothers. Shout out to Prince Aziel and shout out to the Mighty Hebrew. And shout out to you, Global Media. Indeed, brother. I love you and I appreciate you, man. Real shit. And we'll see about that. Stay tuned, brother. I am you. Yeah, family. They're not going to give us that. They're not going to give us nothing but bullets in this motherfucking nation. Yes, that's true. We are indigenous to the planet. We're not indigenous to any place on the planet. That's a great comment and observation that most of those people don't see. We are indigenous to this planet, not indigenous to a continent. When we say we're indigenous to a continent, but yet history and science proves that we're the first beings on the planet, we have demoted ourselves. When we're looking and got our eyes on Mexico and our mouths dripping over Mexico, when we forget the bigger continent, Africa, and they didn't forget it, Mexico didn't forget it. When we do that, we're giving ourselves away to accept that which is much more demoted and small. A shirt that's too small for us. Yeah. So if people not saying indigenous the way that brother said it, we ain't indigenous to no goddamn continent. There's not a square mile on this earth that black people hasn't been, even by choice or by slavery or accident. We are indigenous to the planet. We are prime. All of humanity comes out of us and comes out of nature as a byproduct. Excuse me. Baby long wind had to get a cough at the end of that statement. Yeah, indigenous to this planet, for real. But when we tell people, look, man, we want to take Mexico, and white people looking at you like, look at these goddamn old ass, fool ass people. Our daddies is dumb. That's what the white people saying to you. Look at our daddy, the black man and black woman. Dumber than the motherfucker. Our daddy want to be the baby. Listen to me, family. I'm going to give you that information again so you'll know what to research and you'll know what to ask questions about concerning this indigenous shit. Mexico. Watch this, King Busy. I'm about to flip your head out. King Busy, did you know that Mexico is a Pan-Africanist government? That sounds crazy as fuck, don't it? I'm going to say that shit again. King Busy. I'm going to say some crazy shit, fam. I said, did you know Mexico is a Pan-Africanist government? Did you know that, King? I bet you didn't. Did you know that Mexico has a bilateral peace treaty with Ethiopia? No, nobody would have made that connection. That's beautiful, family, and I'm glad for your honesty. That's why I'm giving y'all this information so you can go get it. Did you know that Mexico gave Ethiopia a replica Olmec head? That's what's on the thumbnail. It's not a real Olmec head. That's a replica that they shipped over there. They gave it to them. Gave it to the Ethiopians. Indeed, brother. King Busy, I like that. Bless you. The Mexican government truly is a Pan-Africanist government. They have always, as far as I can look back in my research and find, support for Ethiopia, support for an independent Ethiopia. And mind you, dock this one down in your mind. Ethiopia has been one of the most independent, long-standing independent countries in Africa. So goddamn independent till they separate themselves from their own goddamn people now. Eritrea's got their own flag and Ethiopia's got their own flag. Eritrea's got their own borders and so do Ethiopia. But I'm telling you, Mexico also, the word I gave you guys the other day, Anawarkawa Kienote. The brother said, I Googled that and I can't find it. I told him, I said, it's not common information. The governments of the world don't want to teach you that. But if you type it in your Google search bar, Anowaro, Anawarokawa, Kawa, Kenote, Kenotte, Anawarkawa Kenote. The word Anawarka won't come up when you hit it, when you hit the search. Guess what will come up, ladies and gentlemen? Place the name that you need to study, called Turtle Island. When you find out what Turtle Island is, you're going to wonder why nobody taught you what the fuck Anawarkawa was. Why ain't nobody tell you that there was a goddamn name for this whole motherfucking place they call the United States of America. There was a name before Columbus and Vespucci. Fuck out of here. The natives had a name for it. The people y'all call native. They weren't native to this place or indigenous. They just came here first. I even the other day, I even talked to you guys about powwows and utterances and that name. I ain't gonna go through that one again, but y'all gotta go get that one. Hey, peace covert. What's happening, family? But what not telling of the relationship is base of religious ties. Well, the religious ties is not necessarily the base of it. Although Mexico is terribly religious and terribly Catholic, the Ethiopians are not terribly Catholic to that degree, although the Coptic Church does have deep roots in Ethiopia. Study this. Here's another thing for you to study. Study the Syriac Church of the East split with the Catholic Church, and study what the Coptic Church today is in Africa, and compare that to the Catholics, the Roman Catholics. Find some great things there. So now again, let's recap, family, because I just wanted to do the 30 minutes. That place that I gave you, Anawarkawa, will never show up in your Google search. Why? Because it's not common information, and nobody wants y'all to know that other than the man that's telling you that, and you yourself want to find out. When you type that phrase in, Anawarkawa Kianote, you will find a place called Turtle Island. Turtle Island. When you find out what Turtle Island is, you'll be shocked that nobody told you that shit. You'll also be shocked to find out about the bilateral peace treaty between Mexico and Ethiopia. You'll also be shocked to find out that Mexico gave them again a replica Olmec head. You'll also be shocked to find out that Mexico, without a doubt, is the only country that have been Pan-Africanists without their goddamn hand out for some of Africa's resources. They just want to show support for Ethiopia and its independence. Bless you, Brother Covert. Bless you, man. What other thing did we just talk about and I want you guys to look into? That was pretty much it. And I want y'all to get that. I want y'all to look at that stuff and ask yourself some questions. Yes, Turtle Island, family. Ask yourself this first question. Why do I have to type in Anawarkawa Kianote and they won't tell me what that is, but they tell me what Turtle Island is? And why didn't they tell us this in our school books and even in college? Ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself why nobody's pointing out the fact that Mexico has a long-standing relationship with Ethiopia. Ask yourself why nobody talking about that in college, in high school, on the news. SETI didn't even talk about it. And I love SETI, man. Of Mexico and Ethiopia. Not just its Christian connection, but the spirituality. Find that out. All of these things, family, they will yield a wealth of information. I can't just sit here and just pour out, because y'all will be here for hours about the things that I've seen concerning these things. But family, when you take these tracks I'm giving you, you're going to be shocked. And you're going to want to be a Pan-African. Even the Mexicans in Mexico, like I said, they're Pan-Africanists. The government. These brothers want y'all to call yourself Mexicans and don't want to be Pan-Africanists when the Mexican government loves Africa and supports Ethiopia. That's crazy. That means somebody got it wrong and somebody teaching the masses wrong, family. Indeed, Miss Beverly. IMU says the same reasons why they didn't tell you the great event the eruption, volcano eruption, and they're not also not telling us about all of the gases that's in the sky and in the air right now. They acting like this thing is just local and affecting people in Hawaii. But how many of y'all in the mainland from California to New York, you've been had extreme allergy problems this year? Not just your allergy, your nose burning and whatnot, and you got your allergens and your dust mites and pollen and all that. But now you got your asthma problems kicking off like crazy. Why they not telling us to be wearing something or taking something when all of that earth lifeblood and the gases concerning that are being jetted out into our atmosphere in Hawaii and being passed around by the wind? They're not talking about it. They're not talking about it. But you feel it. All of y'all that's having asthma attacks and you didn't have one last year around this time, you feel it. Yes. Miss Beverly's on the East Coast. And there's asthma problems out there. Why? Because your atmosphere is changing pursuant to the scripture. Now, also, we got to point out the fact that Kilauea has always been erupting, but it doesn't just erupt and overflow to the tune that it's been doing. It did it before 80 something days, they say. But this time, what are they telling you? They only telling you to look. Feel sorry for the people in Hawaii, but you better feel sorry for yourself. Feel sorry for all the information that's still in the information age that's not being given to our people. See, terrible hay fever today. All the way on the East Coast, Covert says. Extreme saturation with sulfur dioxide and other chemicals that are spewing out from the center of the earth. They're not telling you nothing about it. Family, we've got to start doing research, deep research on any and everything that we're told. Because even in the day when the information age is booming, there still is lies out there and holes for you to fall in, pitfalls. There still are some things about our life and times and places and cultures that nobody wants you to know about. Tell me why it took you till today to find out that Mexico and Ethiopia are hooked up. I seen those planes spraying into the air the other day. The chemtrails, the volcanoes, and that Kilauea ain't the only one bumping off. The chemtrails. I remember as a kid, we used to see the jets with the actual contrail. Contrail and the chemtrail are different. A contrail is condensed water, steam, vapors. Those things disappear behind the planes. You see them for a little while and they go away. They don't spread into a cloud. But a chemtrail, once it's sprayed and laid across your sky in a grid, it spreads. Let me show you one right now. Look, 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 look. Look behind me. You see that right there? You see that long ass double line? Family, that's not a goddamn cloud. And that's damn sure not a chemtrail. What clouds did they tell you in biology and science and earth science that look like that? Is that a cumulus? Is that a cirrus? No. That's a motherfucking death cloud, family. And that shit stays there and hangs and expands slowly. There's lots of types of chemtrails. Some chemtrails they help our atmosphere, and the rest of them are negative because the shit falls down on you and it rains down on you. Family, we got to open our eyes and we got to stop accepting everything. And we better stop throwing ourselves away. The Mayans clock was not theirs, it was ours, the Pacific Rim peoples. For real. That clock came from a people that came from over there. The Dogon had time down to a science, and they still do. The Dogon, without a goddamn binocular or telescope, saw outside of this galaxy and named a galaxy. Facts. You feel me? Let's stop giving all of our intelligence away to the aliens. The aliens came and they were running around Africa. I asked the brother, if the aliens built the pyramids and did all of this stuff and the ziggurats in Peru and in Mexico, if they did it, tell me where the fuck is the dead bodies of the aliens? Because I don't know nobody that goes any place in mass numbers, even families, that go anywhere and don't never die. If there's been aliens running around here with Africans, there should be alien bones next to African bones. When we went through the anthropology book the other day, showed you all them different types of people from South Africa, place that most people won't even look or read about. Y'all get that book I just gave you the other day, The Essentials of Physical Anthropology, Clark Spencer Larson. I think this is the 3rd edition. It's only 5 years out. It's a good book. It'll keep you from being fooled into being this aboriginal nutbagism with no actual root and hook and foundation. Family, you black people, one more time, you are prime. You are everything. Everything that is flesh, that is human, comes out of you. You are the fathers and the mothers of every genetic type on this planet. Every genetic type was produced by you and or nature. Believe that. Believe that. One more time. Every genetic type on this planet was created by you and or nature or a combination of the two. We'll get into that one day really deeply. I'd like to talk about that one real deep. What you really are, black people. What you really are. They kill you for those stem cells and y'all still believe in you Mexicans. Spanish Inquisition Mexicans, huh? New Negroes. They want your stem cells so bad till they'll kill your children and lie about them being killed at a party. Excuse me. They'll lie about your little girls running away when they wait till Halloween night to snatch all of these transients and abduct them. Y'all don't know nothing about that? Y'all think that's a joke too, huh? I think it's a joke that there's thousands of young women and men get missing 2 weeks before Halloween every year. Now tell these motherfuckers what Halloween is, and they're still sending their kids out to get candy. Family, get your research on, family, and take what I've given you today. Dig so deep, damn it, you get up to your elbows information. All the way back to the Atlanta child murders. Real shit, Covert. Real shit. Take this information and dig elbow deep in it so that you'll be able to walk competently with this aboriginal stuff that y'all doing, and or throw it off and just come back to your mind. After the great event, the survivors scattered to those remaining land masses. Many, many, many great events. Studied Nippur. Studied Nippur. That's a word I said the other day, and some brother asked me, what the fuck is that? Nippur. My goodness. Studied the volcanoes that have changed not only the landscape, but have changed ages. It ain't just been meteors blocking our sun. Some of these things have come through major volcano eruptions, like the one that I'm standing on top of. Did y'all know Yellowstone is a goddamn caldera, a super volcano with just waiting to blow? Did y'all know that? Us in America sitting over here on top of a goddamn million-time killer whale. 1,000-time killer whale. And nobody concerned. but it was one that restart the people culture. These events restart everything. They even restart genetics. I heard Unc tell about it one time. He was talking about how ash clouds and how darkness in the atmosphere creates, I mean, some weather events literally created different genetics in people. And I'm telling you, adaptations and mutations really work like that. If your sun gets blocked out for 200 years, there's going to be another type of you on this planet. Believe that. Believe that. That's the one of the mysteries and the miracles of the human body. You're not gonna die. You're gonna keep on adapting and mutating until you become shit. You get to be Donald Trump, but you will persist. I just love hearing you speak. You are very articulate, which makes it so much easier to follow. Bless you, Sister Beverly. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. So now with that, y'all take this stuff and run it down. You dig it, run it down. The wobble in human nature causes the eruptions. We must justify our existence. Indeed. Aunt got that from me when I told we once lived in the oceans, well feet in hand. Shout out to brother Uncle Cake, man. Boy, me and Unc used to have some damn knockdown, drag out arguments, bro. Ooh, I remember I split him and Reggie Head on Rock Squad show, the blog talk about the human eye and evolution. And although I do not say that evolution is not a real theory, because it is. I can show it to you in my anthropology books, and I can show it to you in your own body. The lack of evolution and the fact that other things do evolve and mutate and or adapt. I tore Reggie ass up and Unc. This is like 3 years ago. And I proved ID, intelligent design, about the human eye. I'll do it again for y'all one day soon and let y'all enjoy that information. And let y'all build on even that. Aunt got that from it said arguing in the best manner though. Indeed, brother. I learned a lot from Aunt now. I learned how to create an impeccable argument, not just based upon foreknowledge and wisdom, but based upon fact, data, primary data, archaeology, anthropology. That shit's important. I learned that from them brothers and rubbing elbows with them. I learned it so much that they can't even rub elbows right now. Be honest. How many of them told y'all, God damn it, what Anahuaca was? I'm sorry, I ain't trying to be arrogant. We all thank the Most High for this information. How many of these Negroes out here told y'all that? And about Mexico and Ethiopia? Not being arrogant, because that didn't come from me. The spirit that's going to lead y'all to this information led me to it. Just led me before some other people, family. Bless you guys, man. Miss Beverly and Brother Covert. Bless you, man. I appreciate y'all. I'll find it from years of research. Yeah. Research is where it's at, family. Research is where it's at. Research is what's going to bring our black story back and make it comprehensive and as rich as it really is, not one-sided. Now, with that said, y'all, thank you for coming. And we're going to do another show. We're going to do that part 6 probably tomorrow. And then we're going to schedule Miss Beverly right after that. And then we got to try to hook up with Hassan. I got to tackle Hassan and grab him with my arms around his brother to get him to do this interview. He agreed to do the interview, but we've been missing each other like mad, man. So I got to hook up with Brother Hassan so we can do that interview. Aunt hangs his hat on scientific theories being absolute. Yeah. And there really is no absolute truth as relates to scientific theory. Why? Because science itself, down to the subatomic atom level, is constantly morphing and changing and is constantly filled with smaller and new ideas. When you study the subatomic particle field, do you not know that there's even theories that are hypothetical? Mm. You can see the effect of the smashing of atoms and what happens and comes out of it, but there's even more information at the smaller level that is so much deeper than what you see even from the crashing of atoms. Hypothetical theories, Klein towers, Kaluza, all of these things are hypothetical subatomic theories. There is much, much, much more to learn. Don't never let nobody tell you that you got it all. When you feel like you got it all, go deeper. Yeah. Oh, his son's still doing Ramadan. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it indeed. Thank you for telling me that, Miss Beverly. And that is why Ankh is not a teacher. Damn, Dion. Ankh got some good things, man, he can offer to people. Ankh just, over the years, he's been a bit manipulative, but you just got to know how to pin this Negro in the corner and make him acquiesce with the truth. I learned how to do that with Ankh and them other brothers. Because they ain't going to come out with the truth all the time. A lot of them are, you know, so you got to know how to angle them, get them in that goddamn corner, and make them say, nah, 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 nah. You got to make them testify, fam. But you got to have that data. Yeah, man. We're never too old to learn. Real talk, Miss Beverly. How many times have this started over us people? Sometimes through the mouth of babes, Miss Beverly. Real shit. Dion. Let me let y'all go, man. Y'all run that information down, do that thing, and let the Most High and the great spirit of the ages, let nature and let your righteous ancestors and your connection with them bring you into all truth. God is the catalyst. You're in the hands. Get busy.